So, yeah. It took me almost a year to watch the anime Chobits. And I don't mean like I found out about it and then 365 days later I finally turned it on. I mean, I started it almost a year ago and I finished it the other day. And this is something like I wanted to talk about because it's a trap that I keep like luring myself into. Uh, First of all, let me get this out of the way that I don't dislike Chobits. Chobits is an awesome show. I recommend watching it. I'm not gonna do a review of it because I don't. When I review something, I like to pay way more attention to it than I did with the show, and the sheer gap in between me watching episodes, I don't think would warrant a good review without me rewatching it, which I don't think I'm gonna do. Um, but it's a really good show. If you know nothing about it, it's about this like future world where there's everybody's computer is basically like an android, um, and it could be either gender, and it can vary in size and stuff. You can have like a little handheld one. You can have like one that's like the same size as you. It could look like a teenager. It could look like a kid. It could look like an adult. It could look like anything you want. And they have not much personality to them, but they try and be kind and so forth. Some of them are really funny in their own way. Um, some of them are more serious. And the show really kind of questions the relationship that man has with machine. And it tells a couple different stories of how man and machine have interacted in this world. Primarily, it's the main character finds he doesn't even have one of these robot girls, and he finds one day, and she has no memory of what she is, and can't even talk when they first meet. Really, it's all she could say is what became her name, Chi, and the rest of the show sort of unravels the mystery of what Chi actually is, and showcases the interaction that Persicoms have, which are the androids, which the relationship they have with humanity. And there's a whole lot of positives and negatives that having Persicoms has in the world, and the show covered them very well. I recommend watching it. The reason why it took me so long, and the trap I keep falling into, is because I am not a binge watcher for the most part, and I always add new shows to my watching list. Like, my plan to watch list is really long, but my watching list is often, 5, 6, 8, 10 shows at a time. Because I watch a couple episodes of something, I like it, then I find something else. I'm like a squirrel. Like, my attention span is so short, but I'm genuinely kind enough not to drop everything that I watch. If it's something I'm really not enjoying, then I'll drop it after a little bit. But I tend to enjoy most things. And when you do that, you tend not to want to let go. So Chobits, I didn't want to let it go. I owned half of the series. I started over, like I said, almost, or over a year ago, I think now. I don't remember the exact date, but I know I was really sick when I started it. And I started it because I was sick, because I knew it was like a cool, like, warm sort of, has like romance moments to it. And I wanted something warm and fuzzy to watch when I was sick. And it worked. The humor helped me when I was sick. I'd say it's a pretty good anime to watch when you're sick, to be honest. And yeah, it was. And I only really get sick. I'm probably sound stuffy right now. My allergies and everything get worse as it gets colder. So it was definitely like last like winter, and here we are in the fall. And yeah, and I finally finished it. But my problem is that I keep starting stuff, not finishing it, finding other cool things, and starting those. And I do this with everything, manga, anime included. Uh, Even games to an extent. Um, but with anime, there's just so much. Like, there's not enough time, and I want to watch so many different things that part of me doesn't mind that I fall into this trap. But if people have ever recommended me shows and I say like I've started them, and then you ask me like weeks later how's it going, and I still haven't progressed, like this is why. Like, I'll cite this video. Um, because I don't know, I've never really been a binge watcher. There are shows that I have done that for. Soul Eater was one of them. I remember I binged that on Netflix hardcore. Um, just because I don't binge a show doesn't mean I don't like it. Uh, but I don't know. I don't. My attention span is just. I really don't like watching like more than 3 or 4 episodes of something at once, and that's like at the most. Like I'm like an episode a day kind of guy. I usually wait for like I usually watch if I do watch semi current anime. I wait for like the season after it comes out. Then I watch maybe 1 or 2 episodes over like and not even like every night. I'm not even that regimented. Like I might watch 1 episode, wait 2 days, watch another episode, to wait 2 days, wait 3 days, watch 3 episodes in one day or something. Very sporadic, and I kind of like it like that. But one thing that I do want to do is pay slightly more attention to currently airing anime because I have come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to see everything, but there are so many things that I might miss that are probably really good. Like, it's not like they don't make good anime anymore. I know they do. But there's a lot of, like, old anime that are good that I haven't seen. I could always watch them. But it'd be nice to sort of be part of a conversation again about, like, more recent shows. From last season, I'm currently watching Happy Sugar Life. Really enjoying that. I am going to watch Angels of Death for a patron. By the way, check out my Patreon if you can. But this upcoming season, I'm going to be doing, at the time of this recording, a lot of the stuff has 1, maybe 2 episodes out, maybe 3. I'm going to be doing, forget the 3 episode test, because the 3 episode test is too mainstream for this channel. Miasma Senpai is going to be doing the 2 episode test. And not for every show, but for a few. And I'll make a video after watching 2 episodes of a show, and I believe that you for the most part, you are going to know if you like a show based upon probably its first episode. I think Digi's video about that was pretty accurate, but I would argue against it in cases like Gungrave, where episode 1 is in sort of like a different timeline and isn't that great compared to the rest of the series. The first episode of Berserk, I think, is kind of in a different, in that same regard. But yeah, Chobits very different than Gungrave, very different than Berserk, but still an enjoyable show. It just took me forever because stuff kept getting piled up, and I'm not a binge watcher, and I mean, it is kind of slow and calming, and sometimes I didn't want that. But I think Chobits is a perfect show for some people. Maybe not me, though. But it's still really good. And so, yeah, this is a pseudo announcement / short little blurb about how come it took me so long to watch them Chobits. What are you, not like Robot Girls? I don't mind Robot Girls. They're alright, I guess. Chi's a pretty cool character. I mean, she says Chi a lot. She's kind of cute sometimes. I love Sumomo. I wish I had a robot that woke me up and told me to do wakey exercises in the morning. But, yeah. We'll see how these 2 episode tests go after this season, if I do it. I already know one that I'm going to do, so be on the lookout for, I think it's like Bunny Girl Senpai or something. I'm not going to do Goblin Slayer, because that's just become a meme at this point. But we'll see. We'll see how the rest of it goes. But yeah, be on the lookout for 2... What was I calling it? 2 episode tests coming from me. And, yeah. If you like this kind of stuff, let me know what show this season that I should check out. If you're into currently airing stuff. If you're not, then, let me know down below an older show that I should check out, because I watch those too. If you're a fan of Chobits, I'm assuming the manga is kind of better than the anime, which most people have told me. Let me know, what was your favorite part of Chobits? Because honestly, my favorite part was probably when Sumomo wakes people up with wakey exercises, / when when she was going to buy underwear, and you have her and Samomo, like, Samomo's giving her directions, like a GPS. It was hilarious. But yeah. Let me know what was your favorite part of Chobits. Maybe an older anime you'd recommend, and a newer anime that you'd recommend. And potentially, maybe I'll do it in a 2-episode test. Yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for listening. My name is Miasma, and I'm signing out.